Welcome to the Lounge Listeners Podcast, Nightmare Before Christmas episode. It's a leisure and lifestyle podcast founded on our love of premium cigars, as well as whiskey, travel, food, work, and whatever else we feel like getting into. My name is Gizmo, and tonight I'm joined by Rooster, Senator, Pagoda, Grinder, and Bam Bam. And our plan is to smoke a cigar, drink some whiskey, talk about life, and of course, have some laughs. So take this as your 59th official invitation to join us and become a card-carrying lounge lizard. Plan to meet us here once a week. We're going to smoke a New World cigar tonight, share our thoughts on it, and give you our formal lizard rating. We share our holiday plans. We get an update on Bam's Tower Humidor. We talk butane lighters, and we discuss our thoughts on the most controversial cigar and spirit we've reviewed all year, all among a variety of other things for the next hour. So sit back, get your favorite drink, light up a cigar, and enjoy as we pair Ryūjin Japanese Whisky with the Crowned Heads Las Calaveras EL 2022 LC46. A Corona tonight from Nicaragua, Crowned Heads Las Calaveras. It's an edition limitada, which apparently has some pretty cool story about it, but really nice looking cigar.
Beautiful cigar.
Beautiful cigar. Rooster, you said this is a Nicaraguan Puro, correct?
Yeah, it is. Rolled by, I think, the My Father factory.
Got it.
And this is a 2022 EL.
So it's an annual limitada?
It's an annual release. I think they started doing this in 2014, and this is the 9th version.
Very cool. So it's got two bands on it. It's got a foot band that's silver with black lines, says Crowned Heads in their font. And then the main band is blue, red, gold, and black. It says Las Calaveras, EL 2022, Esteli, Nicaragua. Has some cool initials
I like the
on
band.
it. Yeah, the band is very cool.
The foot band's nice. And the band itself is nice.
And the band itself with the blue on it, blue and gold. It's nice. And Las Calaveras means skulls.
Mm.
Did I read somewhere that there's initials of the family members on here?
That's what I'm looking for.
I see initials. I see RL.
I see J.
So from what I've read,
RL.
there's 4 people who have passed whose
Ralph
initials are
Lauren.
on this.
Ralph Lauren.
LV, Louis Vuitton, LV.
Gizmo, pass me the magnifying glass, please.
Need the black light.
Oh, there's another.
This isn't a Cuban episode. We can...
No.
There's another little emblem or shield on the other side of this wrapper.
Do you see the thing next to the RL? It looks like a fist giving the middle finger. Do you see that?
I like it.
Yeah, the small.
It's
emblem
really
next to it.
small. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to kind of hide it, but they've done it.
Is that a middle finger to all their
Oh, it
customers?
kind of looks like a middle
That's what
finger.
it looks like.
It does, actually.
Which is kind of like a fuck
Now
you for
they-
taking these guys' lives. Or
Where
the,
do you
know.
see this?
Well, those are the
It's-
initials.
So
no?
there's the little circle with the RL to the left of it, the bigger circle. Look in what that little like coat of arms looking thing. There's a fist with the middle
No,
finger.
you're
looks like
wrong. It says
JH.
JH.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
God.
initials.
All right, I
Yeah.
need stronger glasses. I'm going to
That's
see
a
an eye
joke.
doctor right after this episode.
I think I'm blind. I put the
Yeah.
flashlight on.
So there are four shields of initials as you roll back the wrapper on the other side.
Oh, okay, cool.
The band.
Yeah. So the other side is
This is the deepest dive we've ever done on a cigar band.
On a band, yeah.
this is
Yeah.
hard to tell actually.
I'm going to
LW
have to put that in the episode description.
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
This is pretty cool that we're digging through a band right now. All right,
Well-
boys, let's cut this thing.
Yeah.
See, we're getting on the cold draw, the wrapper.
The wrapper is a beautiful brownish red haze to it. Gorgeous.
Wow.
It's glistening.
That's the most descriptive
Yeah, man.
I've ever heard from a rapper. Love it. Look at this.
I would say this is definitely imperfect. You know, if you consider like the Atabey wrapper, how pristine it was, this is not in that class.
I agree. I would say this is really rustic. There are very visible seams
Yeah.
on this wrapper.
Yeah. I don't mind that.
The only thing I'm happy about this footband, which I think we've talked a lot about being annoyed
Came
by,
right off.
thank God it's just like the regular band where it just comes off. It's not like Scotch tape like the EP Carrillo cigars we reviewed.
That's right.
The wrapper is a Corojo wrapper.
This is the first year they used the Corojo wrapper, by the way.
By the way, I really like the cold draw.
That cold draw is delicious.
It's
It has, honestly, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, just on the cold draw, it reminds me of a Padron Family Reserve cold draw. I had a family reserve a few weeks ago, and it reminds me of that.
Are you getting cocoa?
Like a
chocolate?
cocoa, yes.
I get
I'm getting
milk.
earthy and salty.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
getting-
milk
I get
chocolate on
earth.
this.
So I'm getting more milk chocolate here. It's because I get that little sweet note at the end of that.
Earthy
Very
and
interesting.
salty
Yeah.
all the way through.
Nice.
All right, let's light it, boys.
Let's light it, boys.
Do it.
Thank you, Rooster. It's a 46 ring gauge by 5 3/4 inch cigar.
Love this size.
You're at
This
a
is the best size, man. Corona. There are some other sizes. I think there's there's several actually. There's 4 cigars. There's a 52, a 54, a 46, and
This is the 46.
this is the 46. I purposely bought the 46. There's also a Petit Lancero that wasn't available at the time, which is a 40 ring gauge cigar. So I actually got these from our sponsor, Perfect Cigar Blend, with the discount and everything, free shipping. Each of these cigars came out to $9.34.
Wow,
So
that's a great price.
great price for this stick. Hopefully it lives up to its hype. Have to shout out our friend, fellow lizard here, Henry at the lounge, who turned us onto these cigars.
Now, don't laugh. I am getting on the finish a very faint hint of citrus on this guy.
What else is new?
Wow.
I'm not getting citrus. I'm getting nutty mushroom.
No, none of that from me.
On the light, it's very good.
It's good.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
Now I'm not getting nutty mushroom.
It has like an aged
That's-
kind of musk to it.
Yeah,
Literally
kinda
just
musk.
took the words
We're locked
out of
in,
my
bro.
mouth.
We are locked in.
Just out of my mouth.
it's earthiness. It's like very earthy.
But
Yeah,
it's got a
it's
vintage
like a musk.
taste. It's
Yeah.
like this has been aged. Like, you know, when you've had a really old cigar where at first it just tastes like kind of like that really old stick Rooster gave us we did on the pod. It just
the Los
tastes
Statos.
aged and old, and then the flavors start to develop once you get a little more through it. That's kind of how this starts.
Well,
for
that's
me.
why when Grinder said like nutty mushroom, I
Yeah.
kind of
I
relate
guess
to
I
that.
kinda
It's
nailed
like
it.
Like a
Vintage.
musky. Yeah, you did. You always nail it.
I always know.
Nutty mushroom petrichor.
This is
As
really
long as you're not saying sawdust.
That is a distinct scent, by the way.
It
Do
is.
not.
Brussels sprouts.
I grew up. My
Did I
parents.
say Brussels sprouts?
You did.
In one of the episodes.
The best of episode at the end of the week. There may be some Brussels sprouts in there.
There should be like a clip of just me saying this absurdity, like all these absurd.
I've thought about it. We'll see what happens on Friday or Saturday.
All
Does
right.
it come out? Today's. The
I do.
20th.
So this is so far this is a cigar
Saturday.
that I feel like I'd like.
Yeah.
The musty cigar
The
is,
smoke.
is very musty.
I have to
musky.
say on the light
Mm.
for what's jumping at me is the price point at $9.34.
On the light.
The complexity, no, the complexity of the flavor I'm getting just on the light right now.
Mm.
This initial few puffs, first 10 puffs, is surprising me. It seems pretty complex and advanced for a $9 cigar.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cigars we smoke on the light. They're like phenomenal.
That's
and
true.
Then, you know,
This is true. We shall see.
so far this is very good.
It's nice.
I just want to say one thing though. On the light, we're all talking about how it's complex, which I don't disagree with, but the flavors are very subtle to me. Like when
weak?
Rooster said this, yeah, like just they're not very pronounced yet. Like everything we've described is like musty and this and that. Like I was expecting when Rooster started by saying this is a Nicaraguan Puro, I was expecting like a burst of flavor
Me
right off
too.
the bat.
Me too.
I wouldn't say that it's really that
I agree
in your
with that.
face. It's very muted, very subtle. So I'm curious how
Yeah.
this is going to evolve.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm enjoying the aroma for sure.
I was about to say the smoke has a delicious
It does,
aroma.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
good smoke output,
Oh, yeah.
decent amount.
And wide open draw.
Yeah.
The draw's good. I
It's-
kind of
it's-
like
it's-
how
It's interesting because it's a Nicaraguan Puro, and obviously so is one of our favorites, right? Manning Padrones. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it develops.
who makes is it? My father. I know it's manufactured at the My Father Cigar facility, but who?
Crowned Heads is the brand of cigars. And so I'm not terribly familiar with Crowned Heads. This is actually the first Crowned Head cigar I've ever had. Has anybody else had one?
No.
Never
No.
had one.
That's my first.
Never
cigar.
heard of Crowned Heads.
Crowned Heads is the brand. It's its own brand. You know, it's its own company like Drew Estate or Padron. But kind of like Tatuaje, they employ a different family's
to manufacture.
factory to manufacture the cigars. I mean, it's really well rolled. The draw is perfect.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Nicely
it's
packed.
smoking great.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So-
good combustion.
Yeah.
cigar. I'm reading one of the reviews from a cigar retail giant that says, arguably the largest boutique brand of the past 5 years.
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
And it's too boutique for us to know about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Sounds like a PR ploy.
It does. yeah.
Absolutely.
So much of this is
It
PR.
does say Cuban-inspired packaging, blending honor the tradition of cigars.
More PR.
The cigars they have, so it says some of their 90+ rated cigars include 4 Kicks, the first of their cigar line, earthy, balanced by sweet and spicy notes, Headley Grange, and Jericho Hill, dedicated to legendary Johnny Cash. So I feel like
Take it
there's
easy.
a lot of
Take it easy, Crowned Heads.
Thank you, Gizmo.
Inspired by, did you say Cuban packaging? So did they put these in undersized dress
yeah.
boxes that give them a subtle box
Do-
press?
do
That
they-
squeeze the shit out of me.
do they misspell the names on the labels and still sell them?
A subtle box press.
Do they raise the prices 300% year over year?
Do they sell counterfeits of these on Monte Fortuna?
That's right.
Yeah, where's the black light?
We may need to check this.
We need to have Dan back on.
Yeah, we need to get Dan back.
I wonder
on.
if there's like some, like, I don't know, strategist at Monte Fortuna or something. Who's some guy who's like, these fucking podcast guys are like ripping our assholes apart here.
they are. I think they're very well aware of us. At this
Good.
point.
Oh boy.
There we go.
I would think they are.
The size is great.
Yeah.
This is
I love the ring gauge.
Y-
You
I
know,
was
when
thinking.
you hold it in your fingers, I mean, that just feels
Yeah.
perfect.
You know, in the past, we all kind of trend on a smaller ring gauge, maybe except for Pagoda. But I think you're kind of moving in this direction. That's kind of my guess here.
I do enjoy them. This is an excellent size.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But I was looking at, should I pick up the Robusto or obviously I'm not going to pick up the Toro. We generally don't reach for that. But
No.
when I saw this, it kind of reminded me when we did the Liga 9, how I wish we had done the Corona Viva and not the bigger cigar that we did.
Yeah.
Because now I really love. So I feel like I'm always going to reach for the Corona
Although
because you're getting more of the wrapper too.
that Liga 9 was spectacular.
It was very
It
good
was spectacular.
and rated high.
So I just keep digging in on this cigar brand because I've never heard of it until now. Gizmo, I feel like you and this guy would have a lot to talk about. He's clearly a music person.
Really?
The reason I say this, every one of their cigars has some tie to music. So the 4 Kicks that I told you was like their first big cigar to make it, says was inspired by the Kings of Leon song by the same name.
I only know 2 of them. Use Somebody and Sex on Fire. That's the Kings of Leon song.
Going back down south now.
I
Great
like the
jam.
names.
You know that one?
Their other cigar, that Headley Grange I mentioned,
Mhm.
it says it was named for the 1795 poorhouse in Headley, East Hampshire, England, where bands like Led Zeppelin, among others, recorded during the 60s and 70s.
Cool.
It's pretty cool. He's going deep. I mean,
That's cool.
These
No,
are
he's-
not common like music.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
not calling it like the Jimmy Page cigar.
That's why I said you in particular,
Yeah, I
Gizmo,
like
would
that.
probably have a
I
lot to
like
chat
that.
about.
Are you guys getting a bitter aftertaste?
I'm getting something a little bite on my tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to warn about this. I should have said this. Just when I was reading a little bit, specifically said on one of the reviews that it gets bitter if you smoke this too quickly and pull on this. So to really, really take your
I
time
feel
with
like I'm
this.
smoking slowly.
I'm fine.
I mean, I'm only
We're all
what,
about a half inch.
half
in.
inch.
I just when you said bitter, that's exactly what I read. If you
Yeah.
don't,
It
take
just
your time
sounded
with this.
accusatory. Let's just be real. It sounded a little aggressive. A little aggressive.
Take it easy, boys.
So I got to say, when I got this in, as I always do, Perfect Cigar Blend threw a humidity pack in there, but I always pull it out. I always like my our humidity when we smoke a little lower. So I dry boxed this for 2 days. I think it definitely benefited from that because when I felt them when they first came, they were a little moist.
Yeah.
And now they feel pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, they
you
feel
know,
great.
and they're smoking great. I mean, the razor sharp burns. So
Oh yeah,
kind of goes back to our point about dry boxing that
it's
know,
important.
put it with a lower humidity for a day or two.
Mhm.
I use an old Padron box that's kind of dried out.
Yep.
And I throw a 58 Boveda in there and it's ready to go.
Here's just a general question. When you're buying from a cigar shop, we've talked about this ad nauseum before, but what I tend to do if I get a cigar from a shop and it's soft,
Yeah.
I'll leave it out.
Yeah.
Before I put it in, just for a day or two.
Unfortunately that only works for me
in the winter.
in the winter because in the summer my ambient where I keep my stuff is so damn high.
Yeah.
So I have to keep it isolated.
You live in a sauna.
I do.
Just put it in your empty tower.
Yes, I will do that.
I may need to buy your tower. You know what? We're coming up on the holidays, Bam.
You know what?
What's the tower situation?
It's all
looking
done,
like?
ready to go. It's actually fired up.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second because none of us got texts about.
We're coming tomorrow to do an inspection.
Yes.
Listen, it's
Yes,
a
sir.
virtual
Yes,
tower.
sir.
Inspection.
It's a
Why not?
virtual tower. He never really got
It's
it.
virtual. It is
He puts on his virtual
That's
reality
a-
headset.
yes.
We're all
And then
there,
finally-
yeah.
I
you
didn't
got it.
realize you got the digital version.
I did.
Let's be fair. It's in the metaverse, all right?
It is. It is.
It is.
Oh my god, that's funny.
with his Bitcoin.
It's there.
So, all right, give us a real update. It's been a minute since we asked you, so I think this is fair.
I haven't
The
done
listeners
a thing.
want to know.
Yeah. I hate to disappoint everyone. I haven't done a thing since I seasoned the fucking thing.
So
At
it's
least you
seasoned?
seasoned it.
I did season
I don't
it.
think he seasoned
I
it.
did, but I
Do you-
haven't.
A little salt and pepper.
No, no. Wiped it all out with distilled water, and that's where it stands.
That's not seasoned.
This is very
Seasoned
nice.
is you have
That's
the
like step 1 of
humidity
20.
unit in it fired up and it's empty, running as if it was
That's
full.
hasn't happened.
That's step
That's-
2. In his defense, that's step 1.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Step 1's done.
I mean, he hasn't used a true cedar tower very much, so for him it's a little different.
Some
My-
amateur,
my-
amateur.
me and
By the way,
bullshit.
for the listeners, he's talking to me, not Bam Bam. Let me just make that very clear. I'm taking those bullets.
Is that why he gets floral all the time? I don't know.
Citrus.
Citrus.
Senator's got my back.
What are you guys thinking?
Of this cigar? I like it. I'm smoking slower. I'm still getting a little bit of that bitter thing on my tongue though.
So I'm not getting any bitterness. Just for me,
No.
the flavor is very muted and subtle, and I just want bolder.
Yeah.
From a Nicaraguan cigar.
No bitterness. It is a little muddled. I guess if that's another way of saying what Senator's saying at the moment. It
I'm
started
getting
off
like
great.
earthy mushrooms. That's about it.
Petrichor.
He sounds like he's loving it.
Of course you are.
Pine nuts.
Pine nuts.
Toasted pine
I'll
nuts.
make some pesto.
I'll be honest. This is different than I thought it would be. For a Nicaraguan, it's kind of surprising me how it's kind of subtle for
It doesn't
Nicaraguan Puro.
doesn't taste like a Nicaraguan
doesn't.
cigar.
This is mild for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I barely struggle to call this even a medium smoke.
I agree.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely mild.
I agree.
The finish I'm having on this is just god awful for me right now. I hate it.
Really.
Wow.
Like when I smoke it, it's good. There's that mustiness and fine, but the finish on this is like, I don't like it.
How's the retrohale? I haven't done that yet.
So-
it's kind of muted.
I'm gonna text Henry to get a refund on these.
It's okay.
Yeah, I
mean,
think I'm reserving judgment. I'm happy so far. I'm hoping that this bitterness thing goes away a little bit, but
It's not.
I don't hate it.
It's not bad,
No,
but it's not great.
Yeah.
And
correct.
typically when you say puro Nicaraguan cigar, you kind of have this image in your head that you're gonna get that blast of flavor.
Mhm.
Like you'll get, Nicaraguan tobacco flavors
That's
that
what
we
we
all know
anticipated.
what they,
Yeah.
what that is, and you don't get that from this.
No.
I mean, honestly, a Fuente, that signature we did, that has more flavor to me than this cigar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's an afternoon smoke.
And that's Dominican.
With a Cameroon wrapper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a Puro.
You know what I want you guys to try? I just did it. I feel like it was a little more pleasant. Take a longer, slower draw and see it's hitting like all the action right now is on the front of my tongue. The bitterness at the end, and there's something really interesting on the front.
Yeah, honestly, I'm
When
not
it-
getting any bitterness. It's not harsh in any way. In the middle of my tongue, if you want to say, I'm getting some decent flavor, but I can't distinguish it at the moment.
It feels just like a.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's cigars I've smoked which I call cedarish and creamy, and that's all. But I don't find that in this. It's become very monotone, slightly earthy for me.
I agree. Monotone and when Bam said muddled, I think both of those apply.
But the combustion's great.
Oh, dude.
Smoke output. These are chimneys.
The room is full of smoke.
So do you guys want to try our whiskey pairing tonight?
Well, we're
If
waiting.
it's got more flavor than this, yes.
All right.
please.
Well, I don't know. I've never had it.
I thought he was actually saying,
He
"Do you
does
want
a
to
big-
rate it?"
This is so for everyone's edification. Gizmo has been. We wanted to try and imbibe early But Giz is
Not even imbibe, just pour.
just
Yeah.
pour. But Gizmo is insisting that we have a revelation, a reveal.
Well, when I was in the liquor store, the reason why I picked this up, I've never heard of it. I've never tasted it. I have no idea what it is. The presentation I thought was a little dynamic.
Beautiful box.
So
Sounds
it's in a cardboard white box. It's Ryūjin. I'll have to figure out how to pronounce that before I do the intro. Some sort of Japanese word. Ryūjin.
You looking at me like
Well,
I know
you're
Japanese.
the cunning linguist in the group. So,
Cunning linguist.
so it's a Japanese whiskey.
Am I cunning or am I a linguist?
You're both.
So
You're persnickety is what you are.
I'm going to open this up and see what you guys think of the
Okay,
presentation.
let's
that
do
they
it.
Give us with this bottle.
Do we need the saber?
Whoa.
This bottle better not disappoint. This is a lot of hype, Giz.
Oh God.
Look
It
at
does
whoa,
have a dragon
whoa,
on it.
whoa,
I said it has a
my
dragon on it.
gosh.
Pass it around.
By the way,
There's quite literally a loose dragon on the bottle.
I literally said there's a dragon on it, and I did not know there was a fucking dragon on
There's
it.
a
That-
dragon on it.
Put it on it. Mark it on the pod. It's
I'll
on
mark
there.
it.
Amazing.
All right. So before we go into how much was this bottle?
It was on sale quite a bit. I think it's normally, I've seen it online between like 69 and 99. I got it for $49.
That's cheap.
Wow.
So I saw that. So they had it displayed, where the liquor wall is of whiskeys.
This is gonna be awful.
Oh, I think so.
Listen, if I can make a gimmicky suggestion that there's a fucking lizard on
creature.
this
No,
dragon.
a lizard would be good. A
Okay,
dragon.
yeah,
It's not
sorry,
a dragon. If it was a lizard, I would
and
have bought seven of
that
them.
gimmicky joke is actually true, and it's heavily discounted.
So, do you guys
I'm
wanna
going
hear
to
the age
surmise that this
statement?
is not.
Is this a
very-
Japanese puro?
Do you want to hear the age, do you want to hear the age statement?
I
on
don't
this
want to
thing?
hear.
Oh
it.
yeah,
don't wanna
I
hear it.
do.
Yes.
12
Okay.
months.
Ah.
Oh, Gizmo, why'd you spoil us for the holidays like this?
splurged.
You
Merry
sh-
Christmas, boys.
You shouldn't have.
Well done.
So
It's got a Mizunara cask.
it is. It's aged 12 months in Mizunara cask, native Japanese oak. And apparently what's cool about that tree is it must grow to be at least 200 years old before it can be used to be destroyed to make.
What do you do with that fucking?
I'm going
dragon?
to find something to
That's
do
like
with it.
That's like a.
I don't know.
Use it as a cock ring, guess.
Yeah.
You can,
Yeah.
you can slip that thing around that hog.
There you go.
So open it up. Let's try this thing. Let's do a little
Here,
pour.
someone do.
Oh, we're gonna be drinking
I,
such
I
a-
want no part of this.
All right, I'll do it.
Rooster refuses to look at the bottle.
I'm just afraid of the
Dragon.
You don't want to get
dragon
bit.
around it.
Don't want to get bit.
So it's
Oh,
definitely an
there's-
interesting presentation. So I'm joking. I don't know what the actual age statement is.
So it's not 12 months.
I was aged 12 months in those casks, those oak casks, but I would assume that it moves to different casks.
Well, it's certainly
after
it's certainly a light color.
I'm really excited about trying this.
You should take the dragon off before you pour.
I don't know, man.
It'll slip right off.
It's true. I would take it off.
Yeah.
Bam Bam, aren't you glad we have two glasses?
Yes, I do. I'm very glad.
So listen, if we hate this, guys, don't yell at me.
So we have to drink this without ice.
Put
I
it
don't.
on
We
your
could,
head.
no, he has ice.
I have ice. Oh, it's not even
Oh,
metal.
Oh my god!
I thought it was
Grinder
metal.
just broke my dragon.
It was senator.
It was all grinder.
Broke your
It
dragon.
was all grinder.
Damn you, grinder.
Dude, the dragon's in half. It
Now
didn't
there's,
even, that's
now there's
enough.
two dragons.
I mean, really?
That is the generous pour. I don't want that much.
I have a
Right.
feeling I'm going to be more excited about the broken dragon now that I have to fix.
Try it. Take a sip.
Thank you.
I hope that's a good omen. I don't know about the rest.
Oh, Gizmo, your
Gizmo.
face. You look like you're loving it.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
I'll take the exact same
Hold-
pour. I'm serious.
This is the
Hold-
most.
hold-
Thank you.
Not much on the nose.
All right, boys,
Ready?
let's take a sip.
I have to ice.
All right, hold on.
No, try without.
Why are we drinking this without ice? We need ice. I'm just not even going to do it without.
It's not bad.
12 months.
Oof.
I'm going to drink this without ice. Are you kidding me?
There's some bite on it for sure.
May as well just drink shoe polish.
I mean, even the ice is older.
Yeah.
The ice has more age.
Okay.
I'm very curious.
All right, so let's try it with some ice here, boys. the Ryūjin Japanese Whisky.
Ryūjin.
Ryūjin. I have to figure out how to say that before I record the intro. Here we go.
Is it J silent in Japanese? No, it couldn't be.
Well, it's more drinkable with the ice, but there's no flavor. Like I don't get anything.
Yeah,
from this.
I sadly this is a perfect
Wow.
pairing.
It just tastes like
Because
sugar
it's
to me.
weird.
It's actually fairly smooth. I thought this would have a huge bite. It doesn't have a huge bite, but there's not much flavor at all.
Is it
Mm.
better than the what was that? The Fruity Decadence, the Singleton 15 that we did? I think it's better.
I
than
think it's
that.
better than that.
It's definitely better than that.
It's better than that.
And that's 15 years aged.
God bless them.
But
Yeah.
this tastes like someone slammed a bunch of additives in it.
It tastes like sugar to me.
Yeah, someone.
I don't get that, but there's just flavor. It's flavorless to me.
Take small sips.
It tastes like a Casamigos.
It does. It tastes like they have definitely added a lot of stuff into it. And my dragon's broken on the floor now, so that's a waste.
It's a collector's item.
That's probably worth more than the liquid in this bottle.
Oh yeah,
I am disappointed though that thing is plastic.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
If you're gonna put a gold dragon, it should be metal at least.
absolutely.
I was going to give it to one of you guys for Christmas, but that's
It's
done.
$49.
No, it's actually retails for $99.99.
Oh, the poor soul that pays for that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we got Christmas coming up here, boys.
Yeah.
What are you guys gearing up as cigar wise for the holiday? What is your normal, let's say, Christmas routine? I know what I do. and
Well-
I go big.
We've discussed this late hour.
Yeah.
Sure, Davidoff late hour for sure.
Yep.
Exclusivo and the Millennium on the New World side
Okay.
for me.
All right. Anybody else on the New Worlds? I'll definitely do a Padron 80th.
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I mean,
Mm.
Senator's going to do 4 of them.
That's right.
That I hold for New Year's Eve for me personally.
Yeah.
The Dominicana.
I prefer that on New Year's.
I like doing it. I go big on both, honestly.
I'm the opposite. So I do for Christmas, fuller New World sticks, some Cuban, but mostly fuller New World sticks.
Yeah.
And for New Year's,
Same.
because I'm drinking so much champagne, it's used heavily Cuban.
Yeah.
You'll
Plus
do the
with Christmas, you're
Yeah.
generally having a more
Oh, I-
significant meal, right?
Totally.
And I have tons of red wine that day. So it's
Yeah.
like I need something fuller to hold up to like red wine, like heavier food.
I think the 3 I mentioned, New World, would hold up to that type of a meal.
Yeah.
But I know Senator's doing D4s all New Year's Eve. No doubt
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
I don't have a plan.
Really? You just
Yeah.
kind of roll with it?
I just fucking roll in and see what happens.
Okay. Rooster, what's your Christmas generally like for cigar smoking?
I probably do the 898 for sure.
Partagas?
Partagas 898. And I'm also saving one of the Chef's Editions Davidoff.
Nice.
That cigar, by
that's
the
a
way,
good
That's a great choice.
Let's jump back to that. So we did that. What did we do? Episode 3, 4.
been a while.
That
Yeah,
was
pretty early.
early.
Yeah. Awesome
And
cigar.
I
Great
feel like that
smoke.
cigar has actually gotten better since we got them. I think it's actually gotten better as it sat in the humidor.
Have you had one since?
Yeah, I had one a couple weeks ago. And
Oh,
I know
wow.
Rooster's had a few.
Yeah.
I think
Nice.
they're performing brilliantly.
They're incredible cigars.
Yeah.
Hard to find now. I
Yeah, they're
mean,
gone now.
Are you doing a soy turkey ball this year, Rooster?
What do you
For
got? What is
Christmas?
Yeah, what's your Christmas?
What
theme?
is that?
Christmas is usually at somebody else's house. So we
Oh,
probably
okay.
go to my sister-in-law's house.
No soy turkey ball.
That's we had that for Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tofu?
Right. Oh, so the soy,
Tofurkey.
the soy
Just
ham.
Don't call
You
it
soy
soy.
ball.
It's tofu.
It sounds so
For the listener,
unappetizing.
Rooster looks so irritated with Bam right now.
But he's not lashing out. He's restraining himself.
Just
think
you
really-
wait.
Rusa, you need a deep draw of that excellent cigar you have in your hand.
So you know what I find about Christmas is I think actually most of the time on Christmas I feel like I actually have a little more free time than I do on most of the other holidays. Like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is always crazy. I'm always running around. New Year's Eve is kind of like date night. Like you're spending it with your significant other and the kids are all, Christmas I feel like it's kind of we do the gifts in the morning, we prep the meal, we hang around, we do all that, we eat, and then I'm free.
Yeah.
So at Christmas I get to have a lot of time to myself,
That's great.
whereas New Year's Eve is just a later event, so I don't get as much time.
My favorite part is the run up to it. Like
Mm.
we're at the point where people are just like, I've had enough with work in the year.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, I'm done. The time period between like when you stop cease working hard and up to Christmas, and then the time between Christmas and New Year's is always kind of fun for me. Like, it's always low key, it's always chill. You get to really unplug because everyone else is unplugged.
Do you enjoy wrapping gifts?
I hate it. I don't.
I
do
hate it.
I don't
I
do
don't
it.
do that.
You know, the worst part is like I feel like years ago, every friggin' department store
Dude, they all
would have
Yeah.
free
Yes.
gift
Free
wrapping
gift
if
wrapping.
you bought stuff there.
Yep.
And then everyone started cutting costs. And I feel like some Nordstroms will wrap for you, but there's not a ton of places that do it anymore. It's really
Yeah.
disappointing.
Have
It
you
is.
guys made the stupid mistake of clicking gift wrap on Amazon?
No.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever had that experience?
No.
Does it come with a smile?
It's as if my dog wrapped the present. It's horrible. The gift wrapping from Amazon.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, don't click that
Who
button.
the hell is wrapping it? Some warehouse worker?
I guess.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. There's not a lot of TLC happening. Let's put it that way.
They're still working on the programming for the drones to wrap the gifts.
Exactly.
It's a white paper or brown paper like satchel with like yarn.
It's
tied around
it's not pretty. I did it one time and it was a mistake.
Yeah,
I mean-
when I get gifts, I'm like, you don't have to wrap my gifts.
I'm a big fan of
It's
the
just
gift
another-
bag. I love
Yeah,
the gift
yes,
bag.
throw it in a
Bags.
bag.
And I just kind of play with the
bag.
tissue paper and I'm done.
It's
That's
so
wrap
easy.
it, wrap
So
it in
easy.
newspaper.
There you go.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I love the bag.
So I'm a big bag guy.
Big bag
Big
guy
bag.
over here.
All right.
So here's a question for you because I think I know what my answer is. But do you guys find that around the holidays, obviously it's a thoughtful time, it's introspective, your time with your family, like Reinder said, you're not working as much. Aside from being able to smoke cigars more or imbibe more, whatever you want to do you guys find that you enjoy the hobby a little more around the holidays?
Well, yeah, because it's an opportunity to be introspective with your cigar, and you're sitting alone or with a group.
Yeah, because
No
like,
stress.
like when you're in your normal routine,
Yeah.
you're sitting, you're thinking about work the next day, you're thinking about your obligations and everything else you have to do. I find around the holidays it's so much more relaxing. Like I can just unplug. I'm not thinking about anything. There's great sports on.
Yeah.
I view cigars on holidays as like those celebratory cigars that we've talked about. Like there's so much work and effort that goes into every holiday. It's like Thanksgiving, 1,000 things need to be cooked and you host people and there's so many things. And when you are able to enjoy a cigar, which usually isn't even that night for me, but maybe the next day, you just appreciate it so much more. And it's like the same thing with Christmas. It's like you had to do Christmas shopping and get everything ready. And then it's finally here and you get to just unwind and you can say you did it, you survived, you made it through it. And there's just something special about sitting there with that cigar. Like,
yeah.
I'm done.
That's
That's everything's been
It's
handled.
a personal reward.
The thing about Thanksgiving, comparatively to Christmas and New Year's for me is like after Thanksgiving, it's like kind of like the big come down, and then a few days later, you're back to work and back into the routine where with Christmas, you have the week off, hopefully a lot of folks don't, but we're lucky that we do.
It's true.
You
That
know,
week between Christmas
That
and
week
New Year's,
in
like
between,
Grinder was
oh
saying,
my gosh.
like I always say, people ask me, Senator, what are you doing for Christmas? And I say, my ideal Christmas is the hardest decision I'm going to make is which cigar I'm going to smoke. every
Love
day.
that.
That's
Dude,
truly how I view the Christmas holiday every year.
I love that.
I love trying a lot of different beers on Christmas.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So like there's always these like seasonal beers that come out. That's a lot of fun.
So do
I
you
always
buy
that.
the seasonal beers from like big manufacturers like a Samuel Adams, or are you buying it from like smaller local breweries or a combo? Like, what's your
both?
move?
Yeah, both for sure.
Grinder is a boutique guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can appreciate that. I'm the same way, but with wine. So like Christmas Day, I'll like open gifts, like have brunch, and then like pretty much the afternoon all the way through the night. It's like different bottles of wine that I'm excited about. I have never had some that I have. They're just special bottles. Like some Schaefer will come out on Christmas Day.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
We're going to be
Yeah, I
in
was
your
gonna
garage.
say, we're
that
coming
day.
over.
We'll
The
be in the
Senator's
garage
Lounge is
with our
fired up.
glasses.
We'll have to do an emergency recording on
Yeah.
Christmas.
Honey, I
at
gotta go.
Senator's house.
Hey, do you guys open gifts on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
We do both.
Oh, there's only one way to do it. in my
Well, no,
house.
see, but we
Christmas morning, right?
yeah.
yeah, Christmas morning.
lot
But
of
the reason
people-
why we do both is because of the variation in in-laws and schedules and families and stuff. Like there's a segment of it for us that's Christmas Eve with one side of the family, and then there's a segment of it this Christmas morning with the very close knit in the house family.
Mhm. I
You
know
know
other
what I mean?
families that do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that.
Yeah.
We do
But we-
different yeah,
Morning after for us, yeah.
We have
Christmas
different
Day.
cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It changes every year, or
No, just like there's the presents with my family, and there's presents with Alicia's family, and then there's
Yeah.
So yeah, but we have like the traditionally the night before is like the family presents, and then like the Santa Claus presents is the day after. But we've kind of the Santa Claus presents is now the in-laws presents.
yeah.
Are you still getting gifts from Santa Grinder?
I am not. I wish I were.
Oh, I'm just making sure.
Grinder.
No, I'm saying
Santa.
when I was
What are
younger,
you trying to say,
it
Senator?
was it was.
Are you trying to say
Sorry.
Santa's not real?
I don't want to ruin it for you. He's very real, Gizmo.
He brings me cigars.
I wish.
The other thing too that we have to note is obviously this is both of your Senator and Grinder first Christmas with the little ones.
Yeah,
It's true.
Mm, that's right.
first
Grinder's a
Christmas.
little further along than Senator is, but as far as the age,
Yeah,
yours is coming up on a year and his is only a few months.
I'm
but
excited for her to. She's crawling now, so
Oh,
like
it's amazing.
she's gonna be crawling all over the house.
I
And
mean, she'll actually be able to open a gift.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Rip the paper off.
Right?
hopefully,
Yeah.
Yeah. We expect video.
okay.
We want video. So we're about halfway through here, boys, on the Crowned Heads Las Calaveras
I've
EL
had to,
2022. What
I
are you
put
guys
my-
thinking?
I put mine down.
Really?
Hasn't changed much.
I think I'm gonna put mine down.
Yeah.
too.
I'm over to my cigar that I started before the recording. Sorry.
I'm going to keep powering through, but this is not great.
It's
This is not a Nicaraguan.
it's
cigar.
tough.
This is
for
flavorless.
yeah. So
it's-
for me,
it's dead to me.
I didn't get any of the bitterness until a moment ago, and it made an appearance in a big way. So
Yeah.
it's
Not
Yeah,
to
this
change the
is-
subject,
I
but
think
just
flavorless is a pretty good description of the cigar.
Yeah.
Not really
the,
getting
the
anything.
best time I've had smoking this cigar in the short period of time of smoking a cigar was when I wasn't smoking the cigar.
oh boy,
But remember how, like when we lit the cigar, we got some
it was nice.
decent.
So
The light was good.
right?
yeah, and what was funky
And
about it,
then that was it.
for me on the retro, I got a hint of orange peel, and I'd like that, and that disappeared very quickly.
I mean, it's crazy. I tried that Japanese whiskey, and we were talking about how it didn't have a whole lot of flavor. Then I take a few puffs of this, I go back to the Japanese whiskey,
There's
and it's
more
like
flavor.
a flavor bomb. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa! It's like I'm
Oh,
drinking
that's
Macallan.
Not good.
This has been just a really unfortunate pairing. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I'm definitely disappointed.
Mm.
I'm glad that this cigar wasn't 20 or 30 bucks. I'll say that.
Yeah,
But I can't imagine how poorly this is going to rate tonight.
Do-
it's gonna
do
be
you,
tough.
I mean, could there have been a saving grace to the pairing though? I don't think so. I don't think we could have done Mac 12 and it still would have been trash.
Well, I mean, that would have saved. I would have probably.
That would have given us something to enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some
yeah.
Some
pleasure.
consolation prize.
I can't remember the last time that we felt like this in an episode
Oh, I
where
do.
both the cigar and the scotch were this bad.
No,
That's true,
honestly, I
probably
don't.
not.
I
Like
think
we
this is
we've
the
gotten
worst.
lucky. This is
Yeah, that's true.
we've
That's
gotten
true.
lucky. This is not a nice Christmas present here from Crown Heads tonight.
It does go well with water.
So you
That's a
said you
good
were going to
pair.
change the subject, Grinder. I interrupted you. What were you
Well,
gonna
at
say?
Christmas, do you guys drink eggnog? Are you guys like eggnog people?
I'm
so,
not.
So my wife loves to like make eggnog from scratch.
Oof.
She's like diehard about this. I do enjoy a glass, but it's my problem with eggnog. You just can't drink a lot of it.
It's just
No.
I don't like how it fills you up.
Sick. I get
Yeah.
like ugh.
It's so sweet.
It's heavy.
It's so
right?
sweet.
It's one like small
what-
glass, and I'm
yeah,
good
what
with,
is- how do
with
you- what
rum.
is-
With
What is
rum,
in it?
and
Yeah.
I'm good.
What is in
So
eggnog?
that's one quick statement. I've never had homemade eggnog.
It's really good. It's just
That-
super rich.
See, that I would probably like.
So what is it made of that
Eggs.
your wife makes
Eggs.
Eggs,
Eggs and rum.
and
cream.
nog.
I mean,
Eggs.
eggs, spices. I'm sure there's maybe some other stuff in there.
What's the
cream or
cream?
something
It's
like
cream,
that. Yeah,
like
it's probably
heavy
like
cream?
eggs and heavy cream, like cinnamon, nutmeg, some spices and things like that. And then I like to spike it with some rum, and that,
Of course.
it's more my speed.
So we do hot cider. Like that.
That's
goes,
good.
Oh, I'd try that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I like a
with,
cider.
with like whole cinnamon sticks and
You don't-
cloves.
You don't spike it.
It's a
Spike it.
it's a dairy bomb. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah,
It's too
it's
much.
a lot.
So back to Christmas because I'm always curious. We talk about this almost every holiday. What's generally on the menu for you guys? I know Bam Bam was grilling Rooster about soy balls, but what is your normal? What's your normal kind of food routine on Christmas?
Christmas.
Because I have a very special one that's close to my heart.
Yeah, I mean,
Growing up in Pennsylvania.
we do ham. We do short ribs or ossobuco, and then the rest is like the sides and shit, which is pretty standard. But yeah, ham, ossobuco, that's it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, my wife's family does fondue.
Oh, we
And
did
French
fondue
onion
growing
too,
up.
yeah.
On
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did
Yeah.
we.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's fun.
For me, it's always Christmas Eve is seafood. I mean, it's
Yeah,
funny.
us
Like,
too.
I love the Italian, like
Seven fishes.
seven
fishes.
fishes. Like,
Let me tell you something. When my father-in-law's over, he'll literally count at midday how many fishes are being prepared. If
Yeah.
it's not 7, if it's 8, we're cutting one. If it's 6, somebody's got to go get
I
something.
mean, I'm not even Italian. I
like
just
that.
love seafood. So
Yeah.
I have embraced this tradition with fellow Italians every single year, probably my whole life. And for me, it's fun because, like, certain things I appreciate, like caviar comes from fish, from sturgeon. So
that
like
counts.
that counts as a fish. Like
Yeah.
I do courses and make sure I hit at least 7 every year. And then Christmas Day is always meat. It's I'll usually do a Chateaubriand.
Nice.
I love beef Wellington on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I've had that a few years. Yep.
It's just really hard to prepare.
It is.
Yeah, it's hard to get it right. My Christmas Eve is very special because I grew up. My grandparents were Polish and Slovak, so my grandmother would make like 20 dozen pierogies from the period between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and she would freeze them. And let me tell you something: these pierogies that
Dude.
my grandmother would make, I would eat like a dozen and a half.
I
Easy.
love
Easily.
pierogies.
Easy.
Easy.
Did
And
you
I
know-
like the plain ones, just potato.
Yeah.
I learned something recently.
What's that?
There's this section of the United States that is called the pierogi pocket,
It's
and
Pennsylvania.
it
right?
literally looks like a pierogi.
Really?
Like the area on the map looks like a pierogi. It's basically, Pennsylvania, a little bit of upstate New York, some Maryland. It's in all the way up to like the Chicago area, and it looks like a big pierogi
Nice.
because of the Polish immigrants, obviously.
Yeah. And my grandmother used to make a halupki and halushki,
Yeah.
which are very popular dishes for them.
Yeah.
And then, my mom, I
Your
always,
bop? Is she a bobshi?
No, I didn't call her that.
You didn't call
No,
her? I called
no.
my grandmother bobshi.
I just called her Graham.
Graham.
Isn't what is that called? Spaczna kapusta or something? It's kabasa. Isn't that big Polish?
I don't remember that. I remember eating kielbasa, but I don't remember it being called that. The thing that sticks out to me, even when I was a little kid, I remember I was more excited at Christmas for pierogies than I was presents when I was a kid. Like it was that incredible, and it was the one time a year we got them, like no other time during the year.
What was the innards? Potato.
So she would make a bunch. So she would make potato. She'd make cheese. She'd make sauerkraut, and then she'd
Oh,
make some
man.
with either fig or plum or something.
Oh my
Oh.
God, you're talking my language.
yeah,
Interesting.
it was incredible.
It's a
man.
dessert.
awesome.
It's dessert pierogi.
It was pretty good. And we always like Senator was saying, we always do the fishes.
Yeah.
My wife is Italian, so that's a big deal.
Are there specific fishes that you need in this?
Well, there's 7 of them, so you gotta kind of
You
get
gotta
them all.
get creative. Yeah.
She's kind of done the thing where we found a sushi joint that's open on Christmas Eve, so she'll order a tray of sushi, so that counts for 3 or 4 of the fishes. So
There you go.
she kind of cheats a little bit, but
So that's my New Year's every year. Sushi
Nice.
every year.
Yeah.
Do you make it your own?
No, of course not.
We've done that a bunch of times.
I don't want to
too.
disgrace the
Yeah.
Japanese by trying to attempt to make sushi. They know what they're doing.
after you watch that Jiro Dreams of
Yeah.
Sushi documentary, I will never even try.
Yep.
I love sushi.
It's so good.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
it's the best. I find that I don't enjoy it around cigars usually. Like I won't have a cigar and like I'll eat
Yeah.
sushi and then have a cigar, but
Yeah.
together, like there are some meals that I'll like to have a cigar with it,
I don't
like
think
a
it's
steak or
pairing.
something. But
I completely disagree. I think a Cuban
Yeah.
with sushi pairs
A
perfectly.
cutie Coronas Claro,
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
right?
or maybe a Schwa Supreme as well.
Schwa
Yeah.
Supreme, yeah.
Yeah.
Reggio's.
Nice.
So I have to tell you guys, I bought a little Christmas present for myself.
Hmm?
I don't know if I told you about this, and I'll put the link in the episode description. I got this lighter on Amazon for $11.99, and I'm an ST DuPont guy. We all are.
Yes, we are.
This thing
Not all of us.
No, not all of us.
Not me.
Pooba's got the lighter that burned a hole in his soda lighter.
That's
Oh,
true.
It's a lighter that doesn't go out.
It doesn't turn off. This thing has the it's a butane lighter, and it has the jet, but it also has the soft flame. You flip a little switch, and you get the soft flame.
That's cool.
So, smokers who like to, sometimes I like to touch up a lighter Cuban or a lighter cigar with the soft flame because the wrapper's a little more delicate.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the option. But for $11,
So I was impressed when at some point somehow this got handed to me the other night.
Yeah.
It actually feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it's got a good amount of weight to it for like $10 lighter. Yeah, I mean it's not bad for $10. The only thing I have to ask you, have you refilled this lighter yet?
I have
And no issue.
no issue.
So it's so funny. You sent me the Amazon link. The reviews are terrible.
Well, you know why? Here's the problem. Okay, thank you for bringing this up. Here's the problem with people refilling lighters usually. Pagoda just handed me a real cool lighter.
I'm
as well.
surprised you actually read reviews on the 11.
Oh, I always do.
Oh,
Well,
Well,
so-
no, because the thing is, he sends me the link, and the first thing I notice is like the overall star rating at the
star
top
rating
was
is
like
very
3 or something, was low, and I'm like, this is odd. Gizmo's singing its praises, but most people are not having a good experience. So I was
So
just
here's
curious.
the problem.
could be delivery issues.
This is the case with almost all butane lighters I find, even my ST DuPonts. When they run out of juice, you have to take your
Take the air out.
your perfect draw. You take the tip and you push down on the little fill thing that moves. You got to empty the air out because what happens with these lighters is they get filled up with air, and when the butane's out, you try to fill it again. There's no room. It just won't fill. So you have to clear the air out completely. I've never had a problem. I've refilled it like 4 or 5 times since I've had it.
That's
The
good to
problem with the lighter for $11 is it doesn't hold a lot of fluid.
Yeah.
So I burn through that
Small.
lighter. I'll burn through that in probably 1 or 2 sittings. Where the ST DuPont, it'll last quite a while.
Oh yeah.
hear. I'm good with that because I honestly refill my lighter after every sitting just because I mean
You don't
I
wanna run
smoke
out.
a lot. I use a lot of butane.
Same
and
here.
You never want to run out.
Same
So
here.
I got this thing, the grenade, because I don't want to fill butane.
Yeah,
lighters.
it has a
This
lot of
thing
juice
is
in it.
like, this will last me a while.
I just like this
Looks like
lighter.
a
It's a
perfume
good
bottle.
option.
It's
Huh?
like a perfume spray thing.
This thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
great.
It kind of does.
I just kind of like, for $11, it's a good option, kind of a
Yeah.
good backup for the
Good
ST
stocking
DuPont.
stuffer for the holidays.
It is.
Exactly.
Is that like lizard merchandise?
Ooh, Wizard merchandise is always good. I mean, we're obviously coming up. Today's the 20th, so coming up on going to be tough to get merch in time for Christmas. But
Mhm.
yeah, check out the Lizard merch store. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Get your Got Twang T-shirt.
Get your boxers.
Get your boxers.
Signed by Bam Bam.
Oh yeah.
You know what I saw the other day? I was on YouTube just flipping, looking at stuff about Cuba. Cigar Vixen has a YouTube video about her visit to Cuba.
Really?
Yeah, you should watch it.
Oh, really?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think you'd like
Ooh.
that, man.
Ooh, I need a room. I need a moment to myself with that one.
A few moments.
Mrs. Bam Bam, cover your ears.
We're smoking at 1086 Lounge. We talk about that a lot. It's our clubhouse. We record here every week. I always like to tell lizards, always a good gift for yourself if you're so capable, is find a great lounge, especially one like this. I mean, 24-hour access and whatnot. I mean, we're very lucky. So, we wouldn't have met each other.
No.
Had it not been for meeting in a lounge.
Right. For this thing of ours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This thing of ours. I like
La
that.
Cosa Nostra.
I
I
like,
like that.
La Casa Lizard. And so I always encourage that. I one of my cousins actually signed up at a lounge near him
Nice.
after hearing our experiences and has a circle of friends now. So
Awesome.
there's a lot of folks out there that I'm hearing that are lizarding like this, which
Yeah.
is great. Obviously it's been around since
One of my
lounges were
Yeah.
invented, but
one of my neighbors signed up here.
really?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So boys, this cigar is a dud coming into the last third here.
Yeah.
Oof. What are we
Tough.
thinking?
Tough.
Still a dud.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm gonna just make a definitive statement. This is the worst cigar I've had doing this podcast with
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, this is a bummer.
I can't even believe I'm
The
just at
broken
a
the
loss.
broken dragon on the floor kind of it's a perfect symbol for
How-
tonight.
did you throw that at my ass or something?
I would hope you'd feel that.
How did you just throw it at me?
No, I threw it at the floor
Oh my god.
to express my displeasure with the spirit tonight.
I think Senator's lashing out.
So
tonight.
dramatic.
We've known Senator to throw quite a few things at the floor.
Jeez.
I almost wish Pooba was here for this because
Oh, it would be.
He would have
may
got
have
up and
left.
he would have got up and left.
He might have left.
He would have thrown the bottle on the floor.
He would have.
Oh gosh,
12 months.
yeah.
crazy.
What the fuck?
12 months, baby.
How do they seriously put that on the market and price it up at $99?
It's horrible. Speaking of, are you guys ready to do the formal liquor rating on
This is a half an
What
hour
is
pod.
this? Is this going to be the shortest episode?
This is one of the shortest. Well,
Oh,
it's
boy.
good for the listener. Just for the listener, we normally don't. We didn't announce it last year, but there will be a bonus episode coming on New Year's Eve, so that you have another
Nice.
good block of content coming this weekend. So chew that up, enjoy it. Let us know what you think. It's going to be a best of
Yeah, cool.
the Lounge Lizards since last year.
I wish I knew what I rated the Singleton.
I could tell you.
You can tell me?
Oh no, I can't tell you I can't tell you the liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But all right, boys, let's do the formal liquor rating on this terrible Ryūjin, however you pronounce that, Japanese whiskey.
Don't skew the scores.
No.
Don't say terrible. Who knows?
No, not at all.
Maybe,
All right.
maybe some of us
Maybe
are going to be generous.
True.
All right.
I love
There
true.
may be a few twos.
True.
Bam Bam, you're up.
You just skewed the score. Well, we can't always review a winner in this room.
Yeah.
Right. So I will give it a 4.
Okay, Grinder.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay, Pagoda.
It's so funny because I think 4 is like probably going to be the lowest score I've ever given a cigar, but
Liquor, buddy.
4 is generous. Yeah. Oh, liquor. Oh.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast.
4 works.
So this is episode 59.
Your name is Pagoda.
We do the liquor first, even when it's bad.
I don't even want to give it a 4.
So give it a 5.
Give it a 3 like me, man.
4. I'll just stick to 4.
Oh,
Bam
cool.
Bam, thank you for
Sure.
setting the anchor.
I'm skewing
Ah,
it. Yes.
So he's that's the hurdle rate. I'm curious what
Senator.
El Senador is going to do for this one.
Is
Wow.
it 2? Do we all guess?
I'm going to save the harsh rating for the cigar because,
Yeah.
believe it or not, the cigar is even more disappointing.
It
than
Totally
is.
the
agree.
Spirit
It
is.
is.
So I'm going to give the Spirit a 4 because if I had nothing else, no other whiskey I could consume but that, it's at least drinkable, even though I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
like if you're-
cigar for me,
if
is
you're
not
on the
even
if you're
smokable.
on the island with Wilson, Tom Hanks, Castaway,
Yeah.
you could sip this once a week.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4 just because you can at least drink it. You won't necessarily enjoy it, but
Yeah. Seawater with ice would be called.
Oh, that'd be nice, like a
Yeah.
seawater ice cube. I'm also going to give it a 4. Wow. So the formal liquor rating on that, boys, is a 3.8.
My goodness.
Horrible.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
Don't even try it.
Yeah,
Not a
I
recommend.
think we're done with Japanese whiskeys. I think we found the great ones, and
We
I'm
have.
worried that now, as we really explore more, we're finding that
Yeah.
the rest don't live up.
The Hibiki was incredible.
just so
The
we
Hibiki.
know, so we did discuss the Singleton 15.
Yeah.
This is a 3.8, and the Singleton 15 was a 3.6. So this beat out the Singleton 15 by
It should.
0.2,
It-
and I
yeah.
think that is perfectly in line because that was
100%.
one of the worst things I've ever.
And I
had.
think Grinder mentioned that earlier. Yeah. A notch above it,
Just a notch.
which is not very good.
All right, I dare to ask this, but any final thoughts here on this cigar before we go around and do our rating on it?
Well, this cigar is lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Can I
You
make an
smoking a Ras?
observation?
And so is the one I'm holding now.
Yeah, I think this is the first time since we've been doing this that almost every lizard has picked up a different cigar to smoke and put down the stick for review.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I'm back to smoking what I was, smoking before.
Us
Before the
too.
pod.
I mean,
Us
like
too.
halfway, just had to put her down.
Yeah. Same.
So
Yeah, very disappointing.
Wow.
Not me.
good.
I'll go till the end.
not good.
I'm still praying to God, but it's
Nah.
not happening.
If it hasn't happened till now, it's
But
not
you-
going to
you-
happen.
But drinking the other drink that I'm drinking,
Oh.
I think it's.
Oh, that
helping.
is like nectar.
Well, you're
Oh.
drinking Balvenie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that
Oh.
all right, okay. All right, Rooster, let's do the formal lizard rating on this thing. The Las Calaveras.
How low can I go?
Throw it up there.
3.
3.
Wow.
I'm also going to give it a 3. Senator.
2.
Oof.
Wow.
Wow.
I say that I want to just explain this for a second.
Yeah, please.
Jesus Christ. I'm putting this, now I've rated
You're-
it. I
you're
feel
giving
I've
it
done
Putting it
my,
down.
I've done my
Yes.
duty. It's horrible.
The reason I'm at a 2, what's amazing to me, the cigar is smooth. I actually didn't have any harshness throughout the smoke, and I didn't get bitterness in mine, at least. The problem is it's so flavorless. I like struggle to even call it a cigar. Like I'm not really sure what I'm smoking. And I would actually rate higher a cigar that is harsh and that I don't particularly enjoy, but at least gives me some semblance
Flavor.
of flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that I got none of that from this, it's a 2.
It's surprising as a Nicaraguan, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't taste anything
A
like
puro, no less.
Pagoda, what's your rating?
I'll stick to a 4, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why. I really like the size. I really, the combustion was great. I was smoking just overall everything but the flavor. It's like you're smoking nothing.
Yeah.
You're right. So, but 4. I'm being generous.
Grinder.
Me. So this is not the worst cigar I've had.
Me neither. And I want to talk about my rating when everybody's done.
Okay. All right.
I'm with you on that.
This is not the worst cigar I've ever had. It's obviously not even close to the best. I might. I mean, what would I rate the worst cigar? A 1 or a 2? This is a 4 for me.
Okay. And Bam Bam.
Yeah, I think 4 is a fair score. I'll give it a 4.
So-
you know, because they're guys who are going to go into a store and pick it up because of the way it looks, or
But-
they want to try something new.
Let me be clear,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Anything under a 5, we're splitting hairs. It's an awful cigar.
it's an
Yeah,
awful.
So
cigar.
anything under 5, it's really not a recommend.
It's
at all.
not a recommend at
Yeah.
all. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
So the
It's-
formal lizard rating on the Crowned Heads Las Calaveras EL 2022 is a 3.3,
Holy cow!
which is, when I tell you the worst cigar we've ever smoked on this podcast, it's that by
By a lot.
2.5 basis points. I
That's a
think.
lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
The Opus.
No, the Opus got a
The La Punta got a
6.
5
Oh, the La
something.
Punta.
Yeah,
And
La
there was a-
Punta, La Punta
Oh.
got a. So the Atabey Brujos got a 5.8.
Senator's shaking his
Oh,
head.
God.
The San Cristobal got a 5.9, and the closest cigar to this rating wise was the Joya de Nicaragua we did on episode 13,
Right.
the Antonio. That was a 5.0.
Yeah, that was a tough cigar to smoke.
So I mean, this is still
This validates is the worst cigar we've smoked.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now the reason why I gave it a 3, similar to what Grinder said, is I do think about the worst cigars I've ever had. To me, a cigar that you can't even smoke is a 0, right? Cigar that's barely able to smoke, tastes like shit is a 1. Maybe like a factory smoke or some sort of like $3-4 cigar that you get. Maybe that's a 2. This is just right, just a
Sure.
notch above that because it performed well. The
Yeah.
burn was fine.
Draw was great.
Draw was great. Smoke output was great. So
Great.
you have to give it a little bit of merit on those things, but the flavor was
Yeah.
horrendous.
Now, what's shocking is that this is an EL.
Yeah.
This is a limited edition that they
Annual
come out
annual
annual
release.
release.
Yeah.
So if the annual release is like a 3 or a 4, what's the regular stuff like?
I have a question. How is this rated over a 9?
Well, I want to say one thing. In their defense, I wouldn't jump to the conclusion that because this EL is so poor that their regular stuff is as bad or worse. And I say that because we talk about with Cubans, for instance, how regular production sticks, I think a number of guys agree with me, are better than most regionals or ELs that are put
100%.
out.
100%.
So I wouldn't go that far to assume that all their stuff is garbage. It could be the case, but I would, at least for me, I would keep somewhat of an open mind.
Yeah, but as a manufacturer or as a company, when you make your cigar and you're going to do an annual release and you're going to call it an EL that comes out once a year, it should have more flavor than this does.
I agree with that.
And it's a Nicaraguan puro. So, what's going on with that cigar? It should have a lot more
yeah.
flavor.
Like
than
as
it
an
does.
example, the Añejo that Fuente releases every year in Christmas. It's such a flavor bomb. Very rich and robust. You would expect that from an annual holiday cigar, right?
Yeah, I think when we just started like on the, lit the cigar, cut it, we were expecting a lot more.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
know,
It was good
I
right
was
off the
expecting
bat.
like a
It
Nicaraguan.
was okay for like
Yeah.
a
It
little
It was
bit.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It
like
was
maybe
never great.
maybe a
No,
half an
not
inch.
great. Yeah.
But you just expected more from it because just by when it's a Nicaraguan puro, you expect a lot more flavor, and they just didn't deliver.
I want to say the most shocking thing about this whole thing. Guess what half wheel rated this
Uh-oh.
cigar?
Oh,
Yeah, it's like an
Jesus.
8. Right? What is
So
it?
they rate on a 100-point scale.
Yeah.
Just a
Oh,
few guys
yeah.
take
I'm
it.
gonna-
Guess.
92.
Yeah, I'm
92,
gonna say
88.
89.
89, 88. They gave it a 91.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
No way.
It's absurd.
That is absurd.
If you're and we've talked about this, I hope for the listener, this isn't just we sit here and we like full flavored cigars. So because
No.
it's not, we're going to shit all over it. That's
Nope.
not the case. We've rated cigars that are actually mild and even medium very highly. I mean, I mentioned that Fuente cigar. I'm not a big Fuente regular production guy
right.
because I like more flavor, but as an afternoon smoke, that was a damn good cigar at a really cheap
And
price.
dude, we did the short story on the short smoke special right
Yeah.
before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And that rated well.
Right. And don't
And I mean
forget,
that is as entry level
it is.
accessible as you can get.
But-
It's not a bad cigar. It was a very good cigar.
It's a good cigar.
It's double this rating.
it's a
Over
good-
double.
it's a
excuse
good
me.
cigar.
And that's what's sad. If you were to give this cigar to even the most novice of cigar smokers, I don't think they would understand why we smoke cigars. They
Yeah,
would say,
this is-
"What does this taste like?"
They
This
would
isn't really
probably
anything."
never smoke a cigar again.
I
You know,
agree.
and you know what almost makes that worse is the counter to the point I made about its performance. Someone smoking this cigar, seeing it burn like it does, ash like it does, output like it does, draw
Yeah,
like it does, and then has nothing else. That's almost worse to me than having a cigar that's like, oh, this isn't burning right. The wrapper's coming undone. It's not well. Like,
That's my argument.
Yes.
It's deceptive.
it's
So,
almost like it makes it 10 times worse.
I
Right.
mean, I don't factor any of that in really much, but for me, the bitterness just really fucking threw it for me.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Like
You don't factor in the way it's burning, the way the draw is. That has nothing to do with
Construction.
You must
With
factor
your
those in.
rating?
It's a must. It's a
I-
must.
yeah, I think I do, but I'm not pulling hairs on. For me, when I'm thinking about the enjoyment of it, and for this particular stick, I wasn't focused on the draw. I didn't really care about the draw.
The draw was
I-
good. I mean,
Yeah,
the
I
draw
didn't
was
care
great.
about the burn.
Honestly,
I was.
Hold on. I need to counter just for a moment. My most favorite Cuban, if there's no draw, how do you enjoy a cigar that you can't draw? Right?
It's a fair point.
Yeah, the performance
Yeah,
has
or they
to
have
be
to touch up every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like you can't.
Yeah.
That
enjoy
has
it.
to factor into it, Grinder.
yeah, a bit.
Okay, it does. But my point is that I'm trying to make is that the bitterness was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Forget
Oh,
about
yeah.
I
You
just
couldn't get through it. Yeah.
I was just like, this is too much. Like, I can't enjoy this. And then the finish, the finish with the bitterness was just so prolonged. Like,
Yeah.
The saddest thing about this stick is that this was meant to honor 4 people who passed. They deserve better than this stick.
absolutely.
Here's what I'll say about Crowned Heads. This is an EL. We've talked about, special Habanos releases on the Cuban side of this podcast that we do. A lot of times regular production is the way to go. So maybe that's the case too here with Crowned Heads. They obviously sell a lot of cigars. So I remain cautiously optimistic that when we do another Crowned Heads, that it's certainly going to, I don't know how it could perform worse
It
than this.
can't be worse.
It
Yeah,
can't be worse.
and
So
why would
I
say-
remain optimistic that we
I would
have to
say
try
that if
another one.
Crowned Heads hears this,
Yeah.
have them send us the cigars that they feel worthy of us smoking.
Yeah, we need to definitely try something else
Yeah.
because this cigar is a serious disappointment. And if I was a smoker and I smoked this, I would never go near that brand in the humidor again. And I just hope that that's not the case as far as their entire line goes.
Yeah.
This almost makes me want to try.
Well, that's why we grabbed our own cigars.
Yeah.
We had to put it down.
Wow. Well, at least we have Christmas coming up here, boys. Like we talked about, we have some good cigars coming up the end of the week here, at home with the holidays and stuff. So this will certainly be the worst cigar we smoke.
This was
all week.
also helpful. Instead of coal, you just throw some of these in.
I'm going to be giving this to Henry as
Yeah.
a gift.
There you go. I'm gonna give them all of the.
Oh,
all
we
the
need to
ones
have
I
a talk with Henry.
Yeah, we need to have a little conversation with Henry. All right, boys. I hate to sum it up, but we must. A 3.8 for the Ryūjin Japanese whiskey with the dragon on the bottle, and a 3.3 for the Crowned Heads Las Calaveras EL 2022 Corona. Boys, I hope you have a great Christmas. Oh gosh. All right. And like I said, listeners, tune in. We have quite a bit of content coming for you at the end of this week. The best of Lounge Lizards 2022 special episode. And then following week, we have a couple episodes for you. So stay tuned for all that. And we'll see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for joining us. You can find our merch store and ratings archive at our brand new website, loungelizardspod.com. That's loungelizardspod.com. Don't forget to leave us a rating and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. If you have any comments, questions, if you want to reach out, say hello, tell us what you're smoking, email us, hello@loungelizardspod.com. You can also find us on Instagram @loungelizardspod. We really appreciate your time, and we'll see you next week.